You are listening to the White Wall Sessions Radio.
Welcome to the White Wall Sessions Radio. I'm your host, Dan Schaefer. On tonight's show, Matt Woods, Feed the Dog, and Pert near Sandstone. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter by searching the White Wall Sessions. We are now accepting submissions for Season 8. To apply, visit whitewallsessions.com/appear. The White Wall Sessions would like to thank these fine sponsors for their support. Last Stop CD Shop, Bell Incorporated, Workplace IT Management, Ben's Brewing Company, Screenflare, J. Rick Music, The Pink Moon Room, Minuteman Press, and South Dakota Friends of Traditional Music. Matt Woods, an Iowa native and blues aficionado, blew the audience away with exceptional guitar playing and unforgettable songs. Trekking from Boone, Iowa, Matt swung by the studio and delivered a stellar set. As a solo act, Matt can be found touring throughout the region, showcasing his talents to audiences of all ages.
This is called I'm a Bloodhound. Checks all over town. I'm a bloodhound. See me coming, you better run. I'm a bloodhound. See me coming, you better run. At the end of my rope, it's a big long gun. Chase you right up a tree. I'm a bloodhound, baby. I chase you right up a tree. I may be a dog, but no worse than what you did to me. a bloodhound. I'm a bloodhound, babe. Thank you.
We're here at the White Wall Sessions with Matt Woods from Boone, Iowa. Welcome, Matt.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So our good friend J. Jeffrey Messerol said, you got to get this other Iowa guy up here because we need some more Iowa representation in the White Wall Session. He said...
You mean he nagged you until you caved?
So you've known J. Jeffrey for a while?
Yeah, we've been friends for a while. Yeah, he's just a great guy, and we're kind of both doing the same, circuit and things like that, so we come across each other's paths quite a bit.
Sure. So you're from Boone, Iowa, which is near Ames?
I'm from Des Moines originally, and I'm currently situated about 40 miles north of Des Moines.
And you play a style of music, we call it the blues, right? Is that what you call it?
I like to say that I play American music. So
Okay.
I consider myself to be a traditional style American artist.
And where have you always played that style?
Pretty much, yeah. I was hit pretty early on when I started. I picked up a guitar and started kind of noodling around and trying to learn some chords. And pretty soon after that, I heard Sun House, and that was pretty much set my path for the rest of my life. So,
At what age was that when you heard that?
it was actually kind of late. I started playing when I was 20.
Okay.
So little later than I would have liked, but it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah. So did you just start off playing, like a Dylan song or something, and then you heard the Sun House and said, wow, that guy is like...
Yeah, I didn't make it too far. I was learning to play some open chords, on guitar and figuring out how to play a G chord and, cursing the F chord like everybody does. And, and then I heard Sun House, and that was it. So then I pretty much stopped what I was doing and spent all my time trying to figure out what he was doing, and then learn, on the progression after that. So up the chain or...
So how do you find it, playing that style versus sort of a folk thing? Or have you played both or
No, it's really to the point now where that's just kind of what comes out. That's why I like to say I play American music, because I don't want to necessarily pigeonhole myself. I just kind of do what I do, and however it comes out. Some things I play are a little more gospel tinge. Some are more straight ahead blues. Some's a little bit maybe folk tinge or whatever. I don't know, but stylistically, I think the stuff is all very similar. I heard somebody say once that, not literally, of course, but really the only difference between Hank Williams and Muddy Waters is they went home to different sides of town. So that's kind of the way I think about all that stuff. It all kind of comes from the same place.
Yeah, and that's why I hesitated to call it the blues, because you're right. It's American music, which is it roots music. It just comes from so many different styles. When you look at the history of that stuff, it from the Carter family to Robert Johnson, everything kind of happened, and it's all, like you say, similar, but same feel, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So the National guitar, when did you come across one of those? Did you start on like an acoustic or an electric? Have you ever played?
No,
electric?
I started on just kind of a standard flat top acoustic with awful action, and played terrible, and just pretty standard, kind of what you're supposed to start out on, and slowly graduated up to a National. It took me a long time to save for it, and I bought that in about 2010. So
yeah. So is this your first one, or have you?
That was my first National. I've since had others, but yeah. Yeah.
It's a beautiful guitar.
Yeah, thank you.
And you were telling me that in 2009 they sort of went back to tradition and steel is thicker?
Yeah, somewhere around there. I'm sure somebody can correct me, but they went back to using the original gauge steel that they used on the first Nationals from the late 20s, and so you're able to get a sound that's very close to what the original Nationals were. Oh, this is the best part. Hang on. Yeah. The song is called Bootleg Me Mama. Yeah.
Bootleg me, mama. Carry me across state line. Bootleg me, mama. Carry me across state line. Ah. I don't care where you carry me, as long as I know that you're mine. Bootleg me, mama. Carry me in the trunk of your car. 'Cause now, bootleg me, mama. Carry me in the trunk of your car. I don't care where you carry me, babe, as long as I know just where you are. Yes, fuel tank is full, tire pressure's high. I don't see no state trooper and I would tell you no lie. Bootleg me, mama. Carry me across state line. I don't care where we go, as long as I know that you're mine. We could take county roads, lonesome backwoods trail. Bootleg me, mama. I'm gonna wind up in jail. Bootleg me, mama. Cross state line. I don't care where you carry me, babe, as long as I know that you're mine. We made our connection in the dark of the night. Bootleg me, mama. Doing wrong feels so right. Bootleg me, mama. Carry me across state line. I don't care where we go, little babe, as long as I know that you're mine. Thank you, guys.
Coming up after the break, Feed the Dog.
You are listening to the White Wall Sessions Radio.
Appleton, Wisconsin's Feed the Dog electrified the crowd with their Season 7 performance.
Thank you, acoustic guitar.
Incorporating flowing rhythms, bluegrass, and rock elements, the band rocked out an astonishing session. With masterfully crafted dynamics and striking jams, this is a must-see act. The band is Tyler Shea, vocals and guitar, Eric Uvinen, drums, vocals, and didgeridoo, Tim McElry, fiddles and vocals, and David Blessant, bass.
Give me just one more night. I beg you, just one more night. Give me just one more night with you. Well, mama, roll your top down low. I'll let you pet my buffalo. We'll look at that big bright moon. I hope you don't go too soon. Life can be so hard. Miles can seem so long. Mama, give me just one more night. I swear I won't do you wrong. Give me just one more night. Give me just one more kiss with your big fat ruby lips. Give me just one more kiss before you go. Like you cut my buffalo. We'll look at that big bright sun. Shoot it down with my daddy's 12-gauge shotgun. Life can be so hard. Miles can seem so long. Mama, give me just one more night. I swear I won't do you wrong.
We're here at the White Wall Sessions with Feed the Dog. Welcome, everybody.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Tyler Shea, can I get you to introduce the band?
Yes, sir. My name is Tyler. I play guitar and sing. This is Tim McElree. He plays violin and he sings. That's Eric Uvanen. He is a percussionist and didgeridoo. And the guy there on the end is David Blessant, and he plays bass.
I got to say, the sound of this band is really, really cool. I bet you get that all the time. But this is really great. And I swear it starts with that drumming. You are all over the place with different styles and different, different things you're doing. Tell me where you developed that style.
I guess it's just growing up and listening to a lot of different music and playing with a lot of different musicians and just kind of putting it all together and sharing music with others,
So, there's a typical your 4-piece kit, but you brought in sort of that real tight reggae sounding snare, and then all the blocks and
yeah,
things.
I grew up playing a lot of reggae music. Dave and I, the bass player over here, Dave, my man, we were in a reggae band for a while, and we still are. We just don't really play, but so we lock into that groove when it's necessary,
Sure.
And
Well, Dave, I got to talk to you too, because that bass that makes sense that you all play together and play in a reggae band. That does make sense because it's just so solid. It's like you've been playing forever together. How long have you two been playing together?
probably about 5 years.
Yeah, going on 5.
4 to 5 years.
Well, when a fiddle player comes in with a pedal board, it always we're kind of like, what's going to happen here? And you were doing some effects with even a wah pedal on there, I think. When did you start doing that?
I kind of just started buying one pedal at a time, maybe since 2011, around that time. And one adds to another, find a new sound that I want, adds to another, and then now here I am today with 2 boards.
Nice. Well, when there's so many different styles going on, but there's sort of a rock style, sort of 4-piece rock, and that you're playing sort of taking over where that lead guitar would be. Is that intentional, or does that just kind of happen when you're practicing the songs and feeling out where they're going?
That's kind of how we had the vision for this band. And me and Tyler a lot of times will swap solos and do different things, but I mean a lot of times he's leading the songs with his vocals and songwriting, so I'm coming in as the lead. Yeah.
Well, so where do the songs come from? Does everybody write, or is there a primary writer?
It depends on what stage we're at in the band. Most of the time, Tyler's been writing most of all the songs and came with a formula that we kind of just add our own stuff to and tweak here and there. But the longer we're together, the more we're kind of co-writing, or Dave or myself or Tyler will just get together and have different parts and really mend it together. So I think as the band evolves more and more, you're going to see more cohesive songwriting from everybody.
Sure. So, Tyler, do you come in with a structured song or just kind of an idea that you want to just hand over and let them take it, or could it be finished by itself?
I think it can happen both ways. I mean, a lot of times I'll have something finished, and then it'll be easier to add on a finished song, Yeah. Or if it's not finished, and they, I listen to those guys, they tell me if they think it's finished or not,
Because it would seem to me that there's so many different directions it's going, the songs. By the time they're done, is it music first with this band, or is there an idea for a song and the lyrics to support that, and then the music to make a feel, or is it just the music first?
Kind of depends. Every song's different.
I think Tyler, he always has these songs, we come to a practice and he's like, hey, I got a new song. And he's got the vocals and the lyrics figured out. And then he has some sort of a vision of the song. And then we kind of put in our 2 cents and we all talk about it and what we like, what we don't like.
Tennessee, all along the coast of the Florida Keys, chasing the wind around the world, kicking up dust wherever I go. Choose to walk 'cause driving's too fast. Wanna take it all in and make it last. Feeling like Kerouac on the road, but the times have changed, lo and behold. Spinning out words to people that make no sense. Anyway, I've got nobody to impress. Touched ocean waters with my toes. Clean out wrong with my nose. Lord, I've got those old rambling blues. Mama, I'm coming back home to you. Running out of town by a one-night stand. Running out of town by another woman's man. But the beat hit the street while everyone was asleep. They're all brown and face down and green. Met pretty women on foreign shores. Spent many a nights in the corridors. I welcome or welcome on the street again. Join the beat like a hot new trend. Lord, I've got those old rambling blues. Mama, I'm coming back home to you. Running out of town, my one-night stand. Running out of town by another woman's man. But the beat hit the street while everyone was asleep. They're all drowned and face down and green.
Coming up after the break, Pert near Sandstone.
You are listening to the White Wall Sessions Radio.
Pert near Sandstone is an American bluegrass ensemble known throughout the upper Midwest since the early 2000s. Their rich-rooted sound is propelled with high-energy performances and solos. The band braved a snowstorm and performed to a dedicated and appreciative crowd. The band is Nate Sipe, fiddle, mandolin, and vocals, Kevin Kniebel, clawhammer, banjo, and vocals, Jay Lenz, acoustic guitar and vocals, Justin Brune, upright bass and vocals, and Matt Cartier, clogs and fiddle.
Thanks for braving all the tough winter weather out there to make it out here. Start off with a song I wrote called 20 Cups of Coffee. Worrying about what people say. I'll have one more whiskey and I'll be on my way. We'll make that two. I think I'm gonna stay. That White Iron Band, they've got a few more songs to play. I don't worry about what day it is. Out all night drinking with my friends. Doesn't feel late, but the song's already out. Now I don't have any doubt I won't make it without 20 cups of coffee in the morning. One for every beer I had last night. What they say, I'm living my life my own way, and I'm working every day, and I'm alright. Yeah, 20 cups of coffee in the morning, only way I'll make it 9 to 5. Sleep is for the dead, I don't even own a bed. I drink coffee now instead, and I'm alright. So the highway, time to cannonball at home. And living ain't the same when you've been living on the road. Been driving through the night, got only one more state to go. I've been all around this country and there's one thing that I know. Minnesota's where I wanna be. Pretty girls as far as you can see. Take my hand, stay out all night with me. Don't tell me that you just drink tea. Let's drink 20 cups of coffee in the morning. One for every beer I had last night. What they say, I'm living my life my own way, and I'm working every day, and I'm alright. Yeah, 20 cups of coffee in the morning, only way I'll make it 9 to 5. Sleep is for the dead, I don't even own a bed. I drink coffee now instead, and I'm alright. Come on, Kevin. Everyone who's out there living for today, out there pulling all-nighters and powering through the day, out there working double shifts when you got bills to pay. We only got one life to live, at least that's what they say. Call me crazy and call me what you will. I ain't lazy, I just ain't had my fill. Feeling hazy until that coffee's spilled. That first cup of the day, get me on my way to 20 cups of coffee in the morning. One for every beer I had last night. Hell, well, what they say, I'm living my life my own way, and I'm working every day, and I'm alright. Yeah, 20 cups of coffee in the morning, only way I'll make it 9 to 5. Sleep is for the dead, I don't even own a bed. I drink coffee now instead, and I'm alright. I'm alright. I'm alright. I'm alright. I'm alright. I'm alright.
We're here at the White Wall Sessions with Pert near Sandstone from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Hey, thanks for having us.
Kevin, can you introduce the band?
Yeah, sure. I think I still remember everybody's name. This is Jay Lenz.
I was hoping you were going to me first.
He plays the guitar. He's the most important one. It's in his contract that we introduce him first.
Yes, first and last.
And last, yeah. Back here's Justin Bruin. He plays the bass and hockey. Back here is Mr. Nate Sipe, and he plays the fiddle and the mandolin. Over here is Mr. Matt Cartier, and he is dancing with Pert near Sandstone, but he plays guitar and banjo and fiddle and all kinds of other things. And my name's Kevin Kniebel, and I play the clawhammer banjo.
Awesome. So how long has this lineup been together? The band has been around for, 10 years or so?
The band's been around for 15 years, and this lineup is what, 5? 5? Yeah, about 5 years.
I'm going to dispute that. I think.
As the band historian, he also has to have, happens to have the worst memory, but
fights are good for ratings.
Over 6 for sure, because that's
over
all
6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really? Well, 5 and 6 are really close.
Anyway, 4.5. Anyway, so between 3 and 7 years.
And let's talk about the obvious thing. You drove up from Fremont, Nebraska today in a snowstorm.
Yeah. Well, actually, first it was a rainstorm, and then it was an ice storm. And then it was a snowstorm. Yeah.
The whole thing.
So,
and there were mudslides. No.
And hurricanes and earthquakes.
Well, where does the travels of this band take you? How far do you go?
Europa.
Yeah, we've toured Europe now 2 times, which is great. Otherwise, we've been all over the country pretty much.
We used to go a lot more coast to coast. Like we go out to New York, out to the Pacific Northwest. We actually spend a lot more time in the region these days, but yeah, we travel abroad and gets us around quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nate lives in L.A., so so we're kind of there all the time too.
Sure.
Not playing music, but he just lives there.
1/5 of the band is there all the time.
So, in order to travel a lot, guys got to be able to get along.
Oh,
and
no,
you
they
guys
don't.
have been together for 5 years. How do the dynamics of the traveling go with the band?
It's really good. I mean, like Jay, myself, and Nate, we all went to high school together, so we've known each other for 25 plus years, and family kind of sticks together, and even if you kind of are like, oh, today, I really don't like that shirt you're wearing, but I still love you, or other worse things, you can kind of just work through.
I don't remember ever talking about a shirt.
No, I'm trying to keep it positive here, but when you're in a spaceship. For NASA, they give you personality inventories, and they do a whole bunch of planning to figure out who can fit the best with each other to be in a little capsule like that for 9 months. But in a band van, it's like, you just throw a band together and suddenly you're in a very similar situation. And so it's interesting to be on the road with the band, but we all really do love each other and love what we do. And, personal dynamics are something that I think we kind of enjoy about.
Well, I think we all have kind of roles within the van too.
Oh,
other than instrumentation.
This is going to spiral out of control, but I want to see where it goes.
Who typically drives, who works all day, and kind of keeps to himself, but interjects occasionally.
Who plays DJ?
Who plays DJ?
Yeah. Who occupies the backseat sleeping all day? There's definite roles.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised at how little we fight. Actually,
yeah. It should be a lot more. We should fight more.
We should hate each other a lot more than we do.
Let's work on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I say, fights are good for ratings. So if you wanted to go ahead,
it's very sibling. I think we're like brothers, and I just you're stuck in such a space with each other that bond just grows whether you want to or not. That's how you pronounce that, though.
So anyway, this one's called Appalachian Girl. You guys are kind of ready? Blow a kiss to the moon if you're lonely this June. I'll catch it in the southern sky. Now here the stars are the same and my feelings won't change. I'll love you every day till I die. Appalachian girl, you're the only one I got in my eye. Ain't got much here to say, but when you're so far away, to hear your sweeter voice just eases my mind. Appalachian girl, I've been all around this world. You're the only one I got in my eye. Appalachian girl, I'll love you every day till I die. Out on the trail, hopping rides on the rail. What's Harper's Ferry like this time of year? Appalachian girl, you're the only one I got in my eye. Appalachian girl, I'll love you every day till I die. Yeah, Appalachian girl, I've been all around this world. You're the only one I got in my eye. Appalachian girl, I'll love you every day till I die.
Captain Jay Lenz. The White Wall Sessions is recorded at Last Stop Studios in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and is produced by Spectrum Films Incorporated. Executive producers are Jeff Zuger, Doug Taylor, Greggy Johnson, and Jay Fishback. Head of broadcast is Dave Palmer. Associate producer is Mike Yeager. The White Wall Sessions Radio is produced and edited by Jeff Zuger. Audio recording and mixing by Carl Koiser, Kevin Phipps, and Dave Palmer. Scheduling and artist relations, Tom Eisner. I'm your host, Dan Schaefer. Join us next week, same time, same station.
You are listening to the White Wall Sessions Radio.